what happens is and I know
We've got ourselves a perfect afternoon north of Houston, not a cloud in the sky as two heavyweight lacrosse programs wait to face off. I just want to wish a good afternoon to everyone and welcome to Wood Forest Bank Stadium in Shenandoah, Texas, where your undefeated Highland Park Scots take on the Woodlands. Hello again, everyone. I'm Heckma Harrison, and joining me in the booth and not the roof is Cade Hamner and Counselor. The Scouts yesterday had themselves a tough game at Grove Stadium versus Memorial, where they pulled away in the fourth quarter for a 7-5 victory over the Mustangs. Less than 24 hours, here they find themselves on the field versus a much tougher opponent.
Yeah, we're here in the Woodlands. Heckma, good to be with you again. Another warm day. It's warm down on this turf. It's a beautiful stadium, but a lot of concrete. That heat's going to pack it in today. I bet the guys are going to feel it. Less than 24 hours since they played this last game, so look for them to, it's not going to be easy. Woodlands is a tough opponent.
Yeah, tough opponent today, but you have to ask yourself, with that 24-hour not less than 24-hour turnaround, and we saw the attrition from the humidity, guys pulling on shorts there in the third and fourth quarter. Do you think that this is going to be a problem for this team today?
I don't expect it to be a problem. I heard Coach Cross game yesterday. They just got ready for Memorial this week, and then they're going to reset last night.
Yeah, that is the number one thing. So obviously, the Woodlands comes into today's contest 5-1 with their only defeat coming against Dallas Jesuit. So we know Dallas Jesuit, obviously, very tough opponent. So they've been battle tested themselves. On the other side for Highland Park, undefeated. And I think the toughest opponent that they went up against was obviously Memorial. What your anticipation for obviously a contest that's going to be versus two heavyweights?
Last 5 to 7 years has really shifted to the Woodlands. Woodlands is a powerhouse team. Losing to Jesuit, but we know Jesuit's tough. I expect to see Woodlands really give the Scots a good game.
Yeah, and definitely for both of these teams, a contest that I'm sure everyone in the Park Cities, if you're tuned in, you're definitely wanting and ready to see this matchup. We're about 4 minutes away from the face-off, and we're going to have a few words from our 2023 sponsors.
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. Everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
2023, new chapter, same tradition. Sacrifice and winning. Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I actually look forward to car shopping with Sewell because I know that the whole process is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like we were sitting at home trying to buy a car, especially with the cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
"2023, new chapter, same tradition. A tradition of hunger, sacrifice, and winning. Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Game on here in Shenandoah, Texas. And like I said, boy, what a beautiful day for some lacrosse. Not a cloud in the sky, bit of a breeze, and not the same humidity that we had yesterday, Cade. I'm telling you, I know your Cavs got a good old-fashioned tan yesterday.
They did. I did not apply sunscreen yesterday. We were under a tent up on the roof there, but my calves weren't. So they're looking pretty red today. But we're inside a nice press box today.
It's a bit different when you're inside and you got the AC blowing on you. So that's got to feel pretty good. You know, these teams right now, again, this is one of those contests where you're really anticipating these two teams to be in the tournament in Allen for the THSLL. And obviously for Coach Mike Pressler, you talked about the 24-hour turnaround, and he, talked to Jim Dixon about this yesterday, just basically saying that, I have to, get these guys in a walkthrough mode to get ready for this contest. And what's going to be the telltale sign for you if these guys are ready today?
It's a little bit of scouting. I don't think there's much that's going to change with the game plan today, Heckma. But I think you're going to see early, we're going to continue to stress the face-off. If you can dominate at the face-off X, and then, that ride that we've seen the last few games that really tells you whether the opponent is going to be able to adjust to that ride or if the Scots are going to get the upper hand.
As both of the teams meet at the center of the field, referees are barking out instructions to the players. Now probably a good time to go over the starting lineup, Cade.
Yeah, let's do that. We got attack today. Harris Sands, a senior. You got Duncan Zilke and Parker Addison, the sophomore that's lettered in the on varsity last year. Face off, you got Frank and Wesley Iverson starting at the midfielders along with Musa. Then on defense, you've got Donovan Riley, Henry Richter, and Benton Owens. And, of course, in goal you have number 16, the captain, Big Ben Abel.
Big Ben Abel had himself quite a contest yesterday. A big part of the reason why they were able to pull out that 7-5 victory was because of the play of Ben Abel. He was one of our players of the game also, and man, did he have himself a lot of standing on his head opportunities yesterday.
Boy, had a great game. Then we interview him, and he doesn't give any credit. Very unselfish kid. Doesn't take any credit whatsoever. Just gives it all the credit to his teammates, his defense, his coaches, and the game plan.
And a guy that probably needs a lot of the credit is standing on the apple at the 50, and that's number 26, Frank Musa, who was absolutely dominating at the face-off X.
Yeah, 95% yesterday, I got to say.
And getting right back to his winning ways is Frank Musa, coming right down the pipes for a shot that goes in between the cage and bounces over the top. And possession is going to stay with the Scots. Harris Sands gets the ball back up top, going to number 15, Wesley Iverson. Iverson running around the screen, and look at the spacing right now for the Scots. Doing a really good job on that first shot attempt by Duncan Zilke.
Yeah, Zilke getting an early shot off. That looked good.
And going right behind, getting right back from behind X was Parker Addison. And again, dancing in the alley, coming back around is number 20, Harris Sands. And that's what we saw yesterday. It wasn't the first pass, the second pass, but typically the fourth or fifth that they were losing that was causing some of those plays for some errant passes. And you talked about that in Lick yesterday, Cade.
Yeah, Memorial yesterday really played a good defense. They got a D1 commit in one of their polls, and if you just cause the offense to pass it around enough, eventually, you're hoping.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Boy, what about that, man? That was a shot, I believe, went behind the goal. I thought that was.
Yeah, I thought that was in, too.
I did that as well. There was a mom goal. Like I called a mom goal. They tricked me. But the Woodlands take the possession, running from behind X for the Woodlands is number 7. And that's Ridge Crouch. Woodlands, as we stated, 5-1 with their only loss coming against Dallas Jesuit. As everyone in the Park Cities knows, is a very tough opponent. And Ben Abel with the save to start the party.
Yeah, Benton Owens picking up that loose ball, getting it back to Abel. They're able to clear it down. And
Stark laying some wood for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Zilke took a big hit, popped back up. Good to see that. And sophomore, he's not going to let anybody know that hurt him at all.
I don't think that shouldn't be a flag.
We'll get the penalty. That Stark's going to sit in the sin bin. Yeah, referee's going to have themselves a pretty tough day-to-day versus two very competitive teams that are known for their physicality.
Yeah, if that's the tone setter, Heckma, we're gonna see a pretty physical game.
We got ourselves one as Stark sits out, and the Scots find themselves with a man-up opportunity. They are rotating around, trying to find the opening in the mismatch. So far, you see, that's not a mom goal. That's a goal, and that's Harris Sands getting the party started here north of Houston, and the Scots draw first blood.
Yeah, good man-up possession there. They work it around, get it over to Harris Sands on this near side, who has a good look. Goldie had a good look at it, too, and just a heater that got past him on the upper left shoulder of the goalie.
9:16 in the first. Harris Sands gets the Scots on the board. And again, Frank Musa just dominating the X. And he reminds me of a guy that's at the Naval Academy. I'm telling you, man, this hadn't seen that kind of work put in until Big Anthony Gabriel was here at Highland Park.
Yeah, Gabriel, one of the all-time great face-off specialists at Highland Park. But I'll tell you, Frank Musa has really done well. Frank 2 years ago was in his shadow, and he's really come out of that and made himself a premier face-off specialist.
There it is again! There it is again, and that's Quinn Gordon working on the far side with the bouncer. Somebody turned the oven on. The Scots are cooking biscuits out here.
Yeah, Quinn Gordon getting hot. Offense is looking good. That face-off, I mean, it's just so critical to get started and dominated that face-off X. If you could do that, and you talk about a way to get the other team frustrated quickly, Heckma, is dominating that face-off.
Well, I tell you what, they have scored 2 goals in this man-up opportunity. And you talk about maximizing opportunities. Here they are. They're still Stark from that, I guess you call it the tone setter and the physicality. That is backfiring right now on the Woodlands.
Yeah, and I didn't get the call on the time, but it is a penalty that was locked in. I don't know if it's unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike call, but that penalty's locked in. He's still on a knee. Scots are still man up, 2-0.
Would the difference be as far as the time of the penalty that you're basically saying?
Yeah, you can lock in for 4 minutes sometimes. And
oh, wow.
Boy, is that a very punitive penalty. Generally speaking, penalties release after a goal is made.
Benton Owens right now with the long pole defending against number 1 for the Woodlands. One of our other players of the game versus Memorial was number 33, Ben Boyer. Had himself one heck of a game defending for the Scots. And it was those fourth quarter heroics by Highland Park that pulled off the victory. And right now, you can tell that, I guess the Woodlands just being, we call this patient on offense.
Well, you know, what they're trying to do, Heck, is kill that penalty. There's finally released. It was a long penalty. They didn't want to shoot and have a turnover and back down to when it was uneven, having already given up 2 that way.
And looking at the shot clock, look like they're within 10 seconds from the angle, and I'm looking at the shot clock, and yeah, they're going to need to put up a shot attempt here pretty soon. That's going to be a possession for the Scots as the play clock, the shot clock, goes down at 7:05 here in the first. Highland Park up by 2 scores. Having to hurry up and get the clear. Trying to work it across, and that's a turnover. Benton Owens, no such luck. He finds himself double teamed. And how about this? The Woodlands being tough on the ride. That's something that we're used to seeing from the other side. They're giving them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tough ride. Benton Owens got it across midfield and picked up the double team coming out of the box. But, you know, I expect the Scots to play well against a ride like that. They practice against it all week. They should be a team that's prepared for a ride like that.
Another shot attempt. First look like a shot attempt by number 1 from the Woodlands, and we hear the clap from the Woodlands side. We're all on this side of the field, I figure that's the only way we know who's who is if you're wearing forest green or if you're wearing blue.
Yeah, penalty flag down on that shot. Looks like it's going to be a slashing call. Slash or cross check on the Scots.
So we got the cross check as Coach Mike Pressler is giving instructions on the far side. Always in teaching mode is Mike Pressler. That's one of the things that I've noticed about him so far. He's always in teaching mode, letting guys know what they did. This is a new year, a new coach, and so far Mike Pressler doing a good job of putting his imprint on the Scots team.
Yeah, Coach, 39 years in the college ranks. And gets by Abel there.
Both teams so far taking advantage of the man-up opportunity that they've had, and we've seen now the Highlanders finding themselves on the board. Sorry about that.
No, Heckma, I was going to say you're right. Coach Pressler, he's not a big vocal coach during the game as far as calling offense and defense. He lets his staff do that. He puts in the game plan during the week, and then he uses those moments like we saw in that man-down situation to teach individually to his players.
Back down at the X for the Scots is number 26, Frank Musa. This time, the Woodlands the Highlanders are coming away with the possession. And that's number 11, Owen Markle, with the pass out to number 5, Jack O'Rourke. You see this Highland Park defense making sure they are standing in front.
Yeah, they're trying to force number 5. He's obviously a righty. They're trying to force him left when they open up big, wide lanes like that.
And Sloan Walker coming across in the alley, being defended by Frank Musa. And it looked like an errant pass for the Highlanders on the attack and working themselves back inside. And boy, that was close. You see both of those guys. Keller Holmes hustling to the end line, but the possession is going to stay with the Woodlands.
Yeah, Highland Park doing a pretty good job here locking off those primary attackmen for the Woodlands.
Ben Owens defending, not allowing them to get back top side. And look at the hustle right there from Big Ben Abel.
Yeah, you'll take that all day. Force their attackmen around the backside of the crease for a jump shot, low percentage shot. If you can force them into that type of shot, Heckman, that's a good win for the D.
Boy, good footwork by Brian Rapp. Able to get that pass off to Musa. And now the Scots with 4:38 in the first, up by a score. Going to set up their offense, and we're all knotted up. Highland Park working back from behind the X, trying to get back top side, setting up their offense. The Highlanders not extending their defense out too high.
No, they're content to keep it close and keep it above the GLE right now, Heckma.
See the double team coming immediately, and the shot. Boy, that's a save that He saves that with his midsection. That is going to leave a mark. I'm telling you, that ball's coming fast, and he takes that right to the stomach.
Yeah, Zilke with a good shot there, a good look on that side.
Hunter Starkle trying to get the ball back across. And that's Ridge Crotch working from behind the X. So far, look at the defense for the Scots coming all the way out. The man opportunity here. Look at that, boy. I tell you what, that defense is stingy.
Yeah, they're not giving them a chance to get comfortable outside. They don't want to see those deep, long shots. Wow, great defense there.
Boy, it looked like they had an opportunity. That's Keller Holmes.
Yeah, Keller Holmes there. Just good defense, in my opinion, there.
Sometimes, Kate, a lot of times I hear you make a basketball analogy for people just to understand how lacrosse works. And they've seen that the Highlanders are really good at making the extra pass to find the open guy. And you've seen a lot of that here in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of it, moving the ball around. But at times, coaches, it can get a little frustrating because you need to have a little bit of aggression. You got to have somebody that's an alpha. Because unselfish play can lead to a low shot percentage sometimes.
2:43 here in the first. And man, this has been a pace to start this game for the Highlanders and the Scots.
And just like coming off yesterday's game, I don't see that the heat is bothering either team right now. It seems like they're playing at full speed, and I don't see the early jitters like we saw yesterday with respect to the heat.
Donovan Riley able to deflect the pass, but nonetheless the Highlanders do keep the possession, seeing the double team coming at the crease. That's a shot attempt. Standing in front of the cage, that's number 6. Sloan Walker-Stewart with the score, 2:16. We're knotted up here in Shenandoah.
Yeah. Scott's not able to get a defensive steal there. They really needed to get one and pick it away, and really 12 o'clock shot there on Ben Abel from the top of the box.
Really nothing he can do. Again, that's why I make the reference about them making the extra pass. They're being very patient, working from behind X, and that was a perfect pass that came in, like you said, at 12 o'clock. Really nothing you can do if you're Ben Abel. Look at that. Frank Moose, it seemed like he took that personal, that he lost the possession. The Highlanders, again, with 2:04 here in the first, have another possession at the faceoff.
Yeah, able to get it there, and that's one of those things. You talk about time of possession. That's also how you kill domination at faceoff, is when you get the ball on offense, you kill 2 or 3 minutes with each possession. Obviously, we've got a shot clock in play, but they got a few shots off during that last possession, and we're able to get that last one in.
1:40 here in the first. And we're tied up 2 apiece. Highland Park in the blue with gold trim. And the Highlanders with another score in all white with red trim, and they pull ahead by a score.
Yeah, defense really needs a breath here. You know, we need to see Musa get a face-off win. We need to see it down on the offensive end of the field, because defense getting a little gassed at this point here late in the first quarter.
Finding themselves down by a score in the first quarter. The Woodlands 3, Highland Park 2. And as you stated, Cade, it may be the difference of getting the victories at the X. And Frank Moose is a guy that we have been dependent upon to win at the faceoff. Bit of a scrum as Boyer trying to come away with the possession, and he does.
We saw Ben yesterday really helped out on the face-off from that wing position. Did a great job of some defensive clears too yesterday.
Duncan Zilke on the near side. Getting the ball back up top. Boyer runs off. Substitutions being made. Paxton Smith coming on for the Scots. And that's a bouncer and shot attempt by Quinn Gordon. Possession will stay with the Scots.
Yeah, Quinn got a lane. They give him a lane there. I don't know. They're locking off a few of the other Scots, and Quinn was able to get far inside. Just not a high-quality shot, him getting off.
30 seconds left in the first. And another shot attempt.
Nice, Elijah.
A lot of whacking going on down there.
That was insane.
Scott's just being patient in there, getting ground balls, winning ground balls, and able to get a few shots off here late in the quarter.
And we're here. We're tying this thing up with 6 seconds, and that's Quinn Gordon saying, don't close the oven. I got something I need to put in there.
Great opportunity, taking advantage of an opportunity there by the Scott. Late in the quarter, the clock's counting down. You don't always know what the time on the clock is. Your teammates are yelling time to you. And the Scots got 3 shots off with that last one dropping. Really, really good, patient, and poised play there.
And maybe the difference is coming, again, at the X. That's great defense. You brought up a good point about this defense. They've had a lot of opportunities on defense, boy, and those guys are getting worn out a little bit there in the first and need to get Musa going again. As there's a shot attempt and the goal. Boy, I thought that was in there as the clock runs out, and that's the end of the first. As they take a break for the beginning of the second, we will as well. We'll be right back on Game On Sports.
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. It's everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome. Stay focused and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Game On Sports. Game On Sports bringing you everything Highland Park Lacrosse for the 2023 season. And so far, boy, they found themselves in the blender versus the Highlanders that have come out with plenty of fight in their heart.
Yeah, Woodlands is doing a great job. I think we're seeing for once when you're not able to dominate the faceoff X, what an offense can do and get possession. We haven't been able to see a lot on the ride because they've done such a good job possessing the ball around their goal, really working that offense.
That's Frank Musa up to it again. That pass to Wesley Iverson. Iverson not able to corral the pass. And what's the call here as he falls on top of the ball? And possession stays with the Scots.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a loose ball possession call on the Scots, but they called it on the Woodlands, and then there was a flag afterwards. What the Woodlands defender did not give didn't give Wesley Iverson 5 yards to start the play. So that's a technical 30-second penalty coming.
And a free play for the Scots. And Iverson recognizing that. You see the double team coming immediately. We've seen a couple of different philosophies when it comes to these attackmen for the Scots. We've seen before with Dripping Springs when they were trying to get back top side, they were not rushing to slide and bring the double team. More teams are sliding faster when they see those guys try to get back top side.
They do, and I haven't seen the motion away again like I saw with Dripping Springs. Ryan Brown, the offensive coordinator for the Scots, obviously seeing something in that Dripping Springs game that they were able to bait them into that. But we'll see if that develops and they motion away here. But so far, Woodlands doing a good job of keeping their man positions in a good spot and able to defend the Scots pretty good. We'll see the ride here. Not quite as tight as we've seen it in the last 2 games.
And Steele Kroom, their goalie, doing a wonderful job. So far, I think the difference between today and yesterday, not as many forced turnovers. As that did not look like the goal. Can't wait for the replay, but they catch Ben Abel with the low ball. You see the pass to the middle in front of the crease.
Yeah, I think it just bounced off the inside pipe. That referee down there standing on GLE to the left of the goal is in a perfect position. But sometimes they hit the inside of that pipe. It kind of breaks the plane of that goal line in between the pipes. Mm-hmm. And he called that one a goal. And
that's a goal that as the Woodlands pull ahead by a score. And that was by number 3, Cooper Stark. And Frank Musa.
Yeah, both.
Again, they're battling at this face-off.
Both midfielders there thought the ball went the other way, and it actually squirted out towards the Woodlands goalkeeper.
So far defensively, boy, they've had their work cut out for them. They're going to have to tighten down here to pull out this victory because the Highlanders, they definitely have some bona fide attackmen that are finding the spaces in this defense, whether it's man or zone. They are in attack mode. And Woodlands trying to work back behind the crease.
Yeah, HP mostly in a man defense that I've seen so far. You can kind of see it as that long pole or midfielders as they stay with their man as opposed to giving them up as they cross through to another man's zone.
And again, trying to force the lefty back right. Doing a good job. Showing a lot of love with that stick on this side. Boy, Riley is not backing down from action.
No, he's whipping him like a rug down there.
Yes, he is. That's exactly what that looks like. He needs to get a carpet cleaning sponsorship for the way that he's whipping that rug, boy, because that's exactly what he's doing.
And Ben Abel was quick on the stick back there to try to chase that ball out of bounds. I don't know if he kicked the ball out of bounds, but they're going to award that ball over to the Woodlands here for their possession.
And here we go again, getting everything back here at 9:34 in the second. And the Woodlands trying to work back to the middle of the field. And how about that? Ben Abel finding himself man-to-man. Great job by Ben Abel. He dives to the end line, but the possession stays with the Highlanders.
Yeah, he took about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball off the stick. It bounced up about 30 feet in the air, and neither guy could figure out where it went. And Ben finally does a Superman move at the end line down there to try to get possession.
Trying to set the screen and get back inside. Good job by the Scots, not allowing the goal. 8:58 here in the second. And coming out of the cage is Ben Abel. Needing to get the clear. You see the double team coming from the Woodlands. And how about that? Forcing a turnover.
Yeah, the clear didn't come easy. It wasn't a real hard ride. They were just locking off the Scots midfielders. And Scott's able to get it back here.
Colin Hale coming across. Running to the end line is number 20, Harris Sands. That possession is going to go to the Woodlands.
A big Nathan Harper, a long pull down there. Feeding.
That's
Harris.
A turnover. And the name you just spoke of, Nathan Harper, with the possession. And they're going to take a timeout on the field, and we're going to take one with them as we return here on Game On Sports.
Has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people. Something you find at every dealership. I love to.
The Woodlands. Conroe by my mistake.
Randall Conroe. There's a C that's with an apple. And as Jim Dixon was saying, that there's a Pac-Man eating an apple at the 50-yard line, and I can't unsee it. We've got to find a way to get down to Jim Dixon to find out what he's thinking, which is a scary thought all in itself. And there's a scrum on the far side as action resumes. 7:32. And another possession for the Highlanders, man, and that's been the battle. And feel like we're about knotted up with the ground ball war, but another opportunity for the Woodlands. And how about that for a hustle to cut him off at the crease and not allow a solo shot.
Yeah, Ben Boyer, good hustle there and way to stick on his man.
On Markle for the Highlanders, passing it across. And again, trying to set up their offense. It's the Woodlands. You see, they've done this pretty much the whole time, Cage, is making the extra pass to get the mismatch.
Yeah, they're content to keep the ball out of Highland Park's hands, not take a lot of shots, and keep Frank Musa off the faceoff X.
Up by a score, the double team comes. Trying to get back inside. And again, they're patient on offense. The Scots know that they are about to have an advantage for the shot clock, and that was a shot at 6:13 for the Woodlands.
Yeah, low to high shot there, gets by Ben Abel. What their offense set up there, the man set up a pick, so you've got the defender on the shooter, the defender on the pick setter. So that's four guys in front of Ben Abel's face, and he comes off that pick and gets a low to high shot. Hard to keep track of that as a goalie.
Frank Musa back down at the X for the Scots. And easy for Frank Musa. 6:05. The Woodlands 5. Highland Park 3. You see the offense being set up by the Scots, but when now that we have the opportunity, why don't we swing it down to Jim Dixon? JD, what you got down there?
Well, I guess what we're seeing the last two goals and the last attempt that's happened here on the Scots end is they're working the backside with a double wing, and they're working up on that skinny lane, and they are trying to work. They're trying to work the Highland Park goalie left to right and try and get him where his eyes are shifting, and that's opening up opportunity. They've taken advantage of it with the goal before previous, and then the one attempt, and then on this last one, they obviously, instead of running, was a pass. But that's what they're trying to work with Ben Abel. They're trying to get him off center and get his eyes working. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jim, down there on the field, being our eyes and ears. And obviously, Jim's going to break it down, man, and let it be known. And how about that? Brian Rapp says, put the needle on the record. I got a song I want to play.
Yeah, good fast bounce shot. Bounces about 5 yards in front of the goalie, then bounces over his head, hits the top post, and bounces back behind him into the net. Good shot by Rapp.
4:41 here in the second, and the Scots are battling back. Boy, they're in a contest right now. The Woodlands defensively, boy, they've given them all that they can handle, offensively as well, but giving that defense an opportunity to rest up because they have been tested. And back down at the X is Frank Musa just scooping it out, making it look easy as he gets it over to Wesley Iverson to get this possession started.
Yeah, good job by Musa there. Scott's slowing down the pace a little bit, content just to control the possession, give the defense a little time to get their breath.
Oh, another shot attempt by number 21, Paxton Smith. And again, number 18, Still Kroom, boy, just doing a wonderful job.
And I haven't seen the ride today like we've seen the last few games. Coach Presser obviously seeing something he wants to adjust to and not have his guys bite on that ride as much as they have in the last couple of games.
And there's a timeout on the field. We're going to stay right here, but that's one of the things I think you point that out, and that's what they've been doing. They've been riding really well. The double team's been coming, but he's been switching it up. And maybe that's just a part of his strategy because we haven't seen that here in the first half. I'll definitely be looking for that in the second.
Well, the thing about a ride, when you scout the ride, and you understand how to beat the ride, it can set up fast break opportunities. Coach Presser not wanting to give up a fast break opportunity. We haven't seen one given up, although that Woodlands have been able to get the ball down, work long possessions, and eventually make hay off of a couple of shots. But, I think Highland Park, they knew coming in here this would be the toughest game they've had so far this season. And happy to be hanging in there and just hope to wear them down at that face-off X and have the defense wear them down as the game goes on.
Only down by a score are the Scots, and I might credit them with controlled aggression because we haven't seen the penalties on their end the way that we've seen with the Woodlands. But still, all in all, a pretty cleanly played game so far.
Yeah, so far, clean played game. It's been an aggressive game early. I think it's turned into more of a physical wind cardio game here.
Yeah,
as we've moved along in the first half, but I think the hits are there, and just be on the lookout for them. And the physical play is certainly, I know, encouraged by Coach Presser. No doubt, the same thing over the Woodlands.
One of the things that I've definitely picked up on, Cade, is how the Highlanders are using the shot clock. They are going deep into that shot clock. They're not attacking immediately, so that's one of their things, man. Very patient and methodical is their approach on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, two things that kills. It kills you from being down on your end of the field and having to worry about the ride and the other team going back the other direction, and keeps the face-off man on the sidelines as well.
40 seconds on the shot clock for the Highlanders. And again, you just see them moving the pass around, looking for an opening, being patient to wait and get it from behind X. Those low to high shots that they've been going with, as Jim Dixon pointed out. Just working the eyes of Ben Abel. And, boy, they almost found the open right there, and that's Ben Abel getting in front of that shot. Good job. Keller Holmes on the run with the long pole.
Good hustle by Holmes there. It's generally the best play. They try to flip it back to the goaltender, but Holmes just as content to get out in front of the action there, running across midfield for the clear.
2:45 left in the first half, as Brian Rapp, responsible for the last goal for the Scots, working in between the hash and the numbers. Being defended by Cooper Stark.
Parker Addison here. I'm ready to see him get it started today.
Looking over here on the left side is Brian Rapp. You see the way that the Woodlands, boy, they are bringing that defense in close in around that crease. Rapp again in between the hashes. He finds himself in between two defenders. Well, you see that ball fly. There's a lot of glass over there behind that area. And when you see a missile like that shot, boy, you think that there's going to be an insurance claim being made.
Yeah, we'll find out perhaps what type of glass the Conroe School District invested in here.
And there's a penalty.
Yeah, broken stick down on the field there. Obviously, you cannot play without a stick, so that player ran to the sideline, got a new stick, just leaves the broken stick on the field. That's not what the penalty is. Let's find out. Let's see if we can find it out here with the...
As you call that, a yard sale. Cade.
Yeah, broken hoe on that one. Broken hoe.
Hey, you've purchased a few of those. About how much do those cost?
You know, it runs the defender stick. I'm a father of a couple defenders. The shaft alone is a couple $100. The heads can be 150. You know, you get a little bit of a break on the shaft length for your shorties, the midfielders, and the attackmen, but you know, definitely in the 100 to 150 range.
And minute 35, they're going to have an opportunity, a man-up opportunity for the Woodlands, and we've seen them take advantage of all these. They are going to take a break on the field. We're going to take a break up here in the booth, and we'll be right back here on Game On Sports.
We've done both new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. Everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
2023, new chapter, same tradition. A tradition of hunger, sacrifice, and winning. Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Back in action, play resumes here in Shenandoah, Texas, at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. When the ball ricochets off of one of the Woodlands players, and play is stopped, but possession stays with the Scots. It's 1:04 on the game clock.
Yeah, one of the Woodlands player crossed into the crease there, so Scots will get a free restart here.
Ben Abel coming out from between the pipes, looking for a pass. And boy, I tell you what, no easy ride here. And that pass was intercepted. That's Markle, number 11. He's had himself one heck of a game as well.
Yeah, Abel going for the long pass to the sidelines, didn't have an outlet down low, and that Woodlands midfielder picked it off. And they'll hold for the last shot here probably.
It's 30 seconds on the game clock for the Woodlands. Up by a score here in the first half. And what a battle. I stated this was going to be a heavyweight battle, and we've seen it for both of these squads going back and forth defensively. trying to get back.
HP's going to try to do their best to lock off and lock them down here and not let them get on the board again.
That's a great that pass was intercepted by Quinn Gordon. Gordon on the run as the game clock expires in the first half. And so far for the Woodlands, up by a score over the Scots. Score is 5-4. We'll be right back with the coach's interview.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome, stay focused, and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
Car is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like home trying to buy cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Here in Shannon, I'm Heckman Harrison, alongside Hamner and Cade. Boy, we of the score. Cleanly played game. Both teams hard to award at the by a score.
Heckman, I think you're getting better at lacrosse. Shot clock every time we're in game. On they Scott side of the ball. I think they do need to do more to pick up the pace. I'd like to see the ride come. Hot, humid environment down here. A little bit different than up in Dallas the last couple. 2 games in 24 hours makes it tough. Not to mention, this is their top opponent so far this year.
I'll tell you what, I want to thank you live on air for saying that, about me learning more about lacrosse, because I tell you what, Counselor, I just feel smarter sitting here next to you. Let me just say that. And everything that I need to learn about lacrosse, you've basically been teaching me. So thank you. You ought to take credit for the many tutorials that you've been giving me over the years. But I just want to point out the fact that that has been the staple for the Woodlands, and the reason why they've gotten a lot of this, they're up by a score, is how patient that they've been on all. But also, they opened this game with a lot of physicality.
They did. you're going to play a Highland Park team. You're going to play a Mike Pressler team. You know anything about Coach Pressler, you know he runs a physical team. He did it at the college level. He doesn't change who he is, right? You're a high school player, a youth player. You've got to come up to the type of level that he coaches at, and Highland Park's been able to do that. But your opponent knows that too, and they want to come out. They want to show they're not intimidated by you in that Scots uniform, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse. And we a little bit, and you got into more of a fundamental skills game, but I expect the physicality will stay at a high level, and I expect that Woodlands will continue their. But don't count Coach Pressler out. He knows how to make halftime adjustments. I'd expect to see something different from the Highland Park Scots in the second half.
Well, teams in the locker rooms, adjustments will be made. The Woodlands up by a score over the Highland Park Scots. About 4 more minutes of halftime, and we'll be back for the beginning of the second half.
That was like on the school day, right?
No, that was mostly weekends. He was just that young.
Okay.
His,
Yeah, I guess the younger guys get the practice times, right?
yeah. I was very school day practice would normally be in the afternoon when adults are still at work.
I'm surprised they let us play her with all this glass. You know?
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. It's too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
2023, new chapter, same tradition. A tradition of hunger, sacrifice, and winning.
I wonder how hard you guys
Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome, stay focused, and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
actually look forward to car shopping with Sewell because I know that the whole process is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like we were sitting at home trying to buy a car, especially with the cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Both teams back on the field for the beginning of the third quarter. I'm Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. And the Scots down by a score. Going to need to definitely bring the energy. I'm sure Coach Mike Pressler has made adjustments at the half to pull off this victory, finding themselves in unfamiliar territory, down by a score, as number 26, the captain, Frank Musa, down at the X for the Scots. And Kay, this is the second half. We're going to need for Frank to pull this out to get some extra possessions.
Yeah, let's see what Pressler's adjusted here at the halftime. Good quick win there for the Scots.
Frank Musa surgical at the X, getting things started. Wesley Iverson standing at the midfield, setting up the offense, and the Highlanders backing all the way back. Dancing in the alley, and boy, how about that for a rear check and steal. Another possession, stolen turnover to start the game for the Scots.
Yeah, that's a good check by that pole.
And all the way out on this side.
Highland Park on that possession too, really just that slower pace, kind of matching the way the Woodlands have played this game so far.
Boyer defending on the near side. And again, if you've been watching this first half, you're used to seeing the Woodlands and their slow, methodical style on offense. They make the extra passes, but they're doing that looking for just anticipation to get, I say something about a slow, methodical. They're 34 seconds into the play clock, into the shot clock, and they get another score, 10:47 in the third, as they open up a 2-point lead here against the Scots.
Yeah, again, patient play, moving around there till they find the right look. They get an open lane and a shot. Another one gets by Abel.
And by no means, I think, Cade, my question is, there's no way for the Woodlands to sneak up on anyone. So this is just, a good, high-quality opponent right now, and really a really talented group on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. We knew this one on the calendar was a good game, and a tough opponent would be for the Scots. Toughest opponent so far this year, historically speaking. And I think they're showing that so far. It's a tough team, and they're up by 2.
Up by 2 scores. And they have battled back from down 2, have the Scots. And it's going to take an effort to get ahead of this Woodlands team.
Interesting what happened there. It looked like they had one face-off. The guys went to the ground. One guy's helmet came off, and they're going to reset and do the face-off again. Not sure what that call was.
Boyer with the possession for the Scots, getting the pass out.
Good press, good ride by the Woodlands Highlanders there. Scott's able to get out of it.
How about that on the clear? Making the extra passes. That's the way it is done.
Yeah, Woodland's really taking one out of Coach Pressler's playbook there. That's the first time I've seen that really tough ride on their part.
And they've been doing that. I mean, they've switched up their defense well, converting well from man to zone. Not allowing a ride, then allowing an easy ride. I think they've just got them on their heels a little bit strategically with the way that they're setting up their offense. Right now, we need these attackmen to really get the Scots going on offense right now, because the momentum is completely with the Highlanders.
Yeah, there was a sloppy pass trying to get a guy on the dodge inside. He wasn't there, and the ball just gets thrown away. And again, Woodlands will come down and they'll kill some time on the possession clock, and your defense really didn't get much of a breath there.
We saw that yesterday at Grove Stadium, where passes were made in traffic in the to the center of the field, but maybe into a crowded area, and not as cleanly played with the passes. As we see now that the Highlanders are back on the attack, setting up their offense. Jack O'Rourke running back across the field. Trying to set up their offense on the Woodlands, and here they go with they're going a little bit quicker now on the shot clock than they were in the first. Not as methodical as before, taking less and less time to get their first shot attempt.
Yeah, just a feel of maybe wearing down the Scots there. Henry Richter going to be called with a push with possession there, pushing the back, so that'll be another opportunity for the Woodlands here as they go man up.
Man up for the Woodlands, and each and every time that they've been in a man-up situation, I believe they have scored. So it's going to be a good test for the Highland Park defenders.
Yeah, I believe this is a 30-second penalty here, so it's a quick one. So the Scots will have a little bit more of a breath if they can kill this first 30 seconds or get a quick possession here, or perhaps a loose ball. Not many loose balls today, though, in this Woodlands end of the field.
Shot clock started. They're able to work from behind the X, getting the pass out to number 6, Sloan Walker-Stewart. Again, the extra pass has what's benefited the Highlanders. Trying to find the mismatch, and look at the way that the Scots are just crowding around that crease in the middle of the field.
Yeah, really closing their ranks here as the Woodlands are whipping it around, going clockwise, back to counterclockwise, looking for a dodger inside. Scott's not give him the man on the crease.
Then you see Ben Abel come all the way out from between the pipes, recognizing that he had a man uncovered from behind the X.
And Scott's back to full strength now. Hudson Jones.
Another flag thrown on the far side. Quick adjustment being made, trying to get the shot. Loses the ball for a split second is Garrett Coleman. And that's going to be a shot clock violation, I believe.
Yeah, it was. We'll see what happens with the flag here. Looks like it was an offsides call. I guess that's the call as that
when the penalty was served.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. Scots didn't have 3 men back there. Not exactly what, but a kind of mental mistake there on behalf of the Scots is going to allow Woodlands to have another 30-second man-up situation.
7:16 here in the third. The Woodlands up by 2 goals. Highlanders 6, Scots 4.
And I hate to see a mistake like that. The defense did a great job. The man-down defense did a great job of locking Woodlands off there. Didn't get a shot off until at the end of the shot clock there.
And they're making the extra passes, are the Highlanders, like you mentioned, going counterclockwise to clockwise a lot, trying to find the mismatch defensively, even down a man. You kept seeing the Scots adjusting their defense.
Yeah, generally speaking, you'll have the coach barking out from the sideline as they're moving it around the man that he wants to dodge or the man that he's trying to ISO and set up for the shot. And that's why you see the motion of that ball go from clockwise to counterclockwise or back the other way, as that coach sees that defense move around and try to find his man to isolate to get a shot off.
We've had a stoppage in play. It looks like we're having a problem with the shot clock, not the game clock, the shot clock. They are trying to
Yeah, got some technicians down there trying to. It is not the football shot clock, which is odd. I guess the 40-second shot clock can't go to 80.
No.
But they've got two auxiliary shot clocks down there, one behind the cage on the near side and one down on the locker room side.
A beautiful stadium here at Woodforest Bank Stadium.
Very nice. Very nice stadium for our Texas school districts who take football and athletics seriously.
Yeah, and clearly they take their football, lacrosse, and soccer seriously, because this is a beautiful field and beautiful stadium. Fieldhouse is immaculate on both sides.
Yeah, and again, had all of our youth teams down here this week, and all the way had one Bantam team all the way 3rd and 4th grade, all the way through the high school teams, and really had a good representation down here this weekend. I had a chance to actually go in the locker room this morning with one of our younger teams, and fantastic facilities. Just, boy, I tell you what, is better than most colleges.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day here in South Texas. Light breeze, about 73, 74 degrees right now. It's not even with the breeze, it's the humidity, I think, that you worry about for the Scots. As play resumes.
Yeah, you say humidity, you think in March you wouldn't have to really mention that, but it's different when you come down I-45 this far. It is definitely a little bit thicker air down here.
Yeah, and even if it's slight, I'm telling you, I was swimming. You know it. We were sitting on the roof. What am I talking to you for? You know. You were up there breathing hard with me.
It was. It was.
Been able all the way out of the crease. And possession for the Scots, 6:38 here in the third, down by 2 scores. Time is not of any importance yet, but still wanting to steal some of this momentum away from the Highlanders, because they've been playing really good defense as well, but offensively, I think they've got the Scots back on their heels.
Yeah, this is only about the third time, the third possession in the second half for the Scots down here on their end. Really like to see them take advantage here and get one on the board.
Wesley Iverson and Zilke playing the 2-man game, but back behind the X, and you see the double team coming immediately. They are sliding very well, is this Woodlands defense.
They're sliding very well, and they're locking off the outlets. When you have to have a man run full speed from behind X around the crease and take a... Well, I was going to say low percentage shot, but there's a situation where Ben Abel was out of position as he's locking off one of the attackmen, and we get an open net situation, and Heckman was left speechless.
5:46 here in the third, and they're at the 30. That's from about 20 yards out, and the Woodlands pull ahead by 3 goals. And man, that was a situation that was just too easy. They pull Ben Abel out, and no way he can make it back.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Ben Abel was, he's generally locking off one of the attackmen on that ride. But in a situation, once that ball crosses midfield, you got to have a heads up and get back towards the cage, because, if you got an open net and you got 30 yards to go, if you're a halfway decent shooter, you can get it there.
And looks like we're going to have a situation. I didn't see, the penalty is called. And
yeah, I didn't see the penalty. It had to be right around the same time he was taking that shot. So best of both worlds for the Woodlands there. They get the shot, the score, and a man-up situation.
Musa on the prowl. And how about that? Musa answers for the Scots. 5:38 in the third to pull it back to within 2 scores, and that's exactly what you needed from Frank Musa.
That's you need it. Sometimes as a senior, sometimes as a captain, you got to take your team by the throat and drag them to drag the momentum behind you and get this thing turned around. Good job by Frank there.
Winning at the X and taking matters into his own hands is the senior captain, Frank Musa, winning at the X and getting the goal. 5:38 on the clock here. Scots still down by 2.
Yeah, short-handed goal there, too.
And trying to pull ahead. And how about that? Scooping it out is Boyer. Still down a man. Boyer looking for an opportunity in an outlet pass. Boyer runs off, substitutions made. Still, the Woodlands.
Yeah, Scott's back to full strength here. Good kill of that penalty. The Woodlands never got possession of it thanks to Frank Musa. And an opportunity here to pull within 1.
I think what happened is maybe they just took the shot clock out completely, because I do not see the shot clock. And that's another one of those passes across the field intercepted by the Woodlands, and that's a change of possession. How about that? Stepping in front of that is Harris Sands.
Yeah, shot clock gone, so they'll keep shot clock on the field. They'll yell to the players, and they'll give generally a 10-second count with a hand signal for the benefit of the coaches and fans.
4:23 here in the third. Still down by 2 scores are the Scots, trying to dig their way back in this contest. And that's another score. And that's Jack O'Rourke, number 5.
Yeah, he really weaved his way through the Scots defense there. You'd like to see someone put a body on him other than, folks just trying to take a stick, take a check, get his hands out of order so he doesn't get a shot off. Really, at this point in the game, is something you need to put a body on a guy, challenge him not to come inside again.
Say he's weaving, looked like he was dancing in between defenders, getting to the front of the crease and one-on-one with Ben Abel. As the Woodlands pull ahead by 3 scores. Back down at the X for the Scots is number 26, Frank Musa. That's a possession. Asher Presnall. Get the win at the X gets the win at the X for the Highlanders as they set up their offense.
Yeah, Woodlands slowing the pace here. Kind of has been their MO all game, and run time off the clock.
And Jack O'Rourke, who scored that last goal, running on the near side, they pass back across. And they are staying in attack mode. Hudson Jones defending on the far side.
Yes, Scott's playing a little bit tighter ranks now. Good save by Abel there. See if we get a fast break here with Hudson Jones.
Hudson Jones on the move. The ball out to number 19, Duncan Zilke. Another one of those sophomores. Hadn't heard much from the sophomores today.
No, they've been fairly quiet, But need to see them step up. Like to see Duncan step up, Parker and Paxton. And
good pass by Rapp. Boy, man, that looked like that was going to be a score. I believe that's Paxton Smith with the shot attempt on goal. Good turnover there for the Scots.
Yeah, Quinn Gordon, great check by the captain on that far sideline right next to the bench. Wrap around check there. Dislodges the ball from the Woodlands midfielder advancing across midfield, and Scots will get another crack at it.
2:10 here in the third. Wesley Iverson working back behind the X, trying to get topside, and boy, he had Quinn Gordon right in position. Gordon not able to take advantage, and possession is going to go to the Highlanders as they are on the attack. They have so many different speeds we've seen them play with. They can go fast-paced. They can slow it all the way down, drain that shot clock, and wait till they get under 20 to take a shot. Looks like now up by 3 scores, 1:41 here in the third. They're just content with slowing it down.
Yeah, like I was saying all along earlier in the game, you know, if you can keep Frank Musa off the field, if you can keep Highland Park from getting into their ride, and you do that by just maintaining possession of the ball, not letting Highland Park get ground ball opportunities.
And another shot attempt and goal for Sloan Walker Stewart, his second of this game. And the Highlanders go ahead by 4 scores. 1:21, and man, they've stolen a lot of the momentum and a lot of the energy from the Scots as well.
Yeah, a lot of momentum gone. That was a tough shot for Ben Abel there. Judging by the angle, the shadows, you know, that shot came right out of the sun. Probably tough for Ben Abel to see. He'll get a chance, though, as we switch into the field in the fourth quarter, and we put the Woodlands goalkeeper down at that end. So, you know, may have an opportunity here to make some make the most out of that sun if it's a problem.
Well, we're all clamped up down here. Both of these guys are trying to the victory, and the possession is going to go to the Highlanders. Wow.
Yeah, eventually, you know, you get clamped in like they're going to call somebody for a failure to advance. It looks like Frank probably had the clamp and was on top of it, and at some point wasn't able to make the advance, so Woodlands get it.
Jack O'Rourke working now on the far side in between the hash and the numbers. Again, up by 4, being content with taking some time off of the shot clock. Game clock is at 32 seconds. Up by 4 goals are the Highlanders.
They're going to get as close as to letting the quarter expire here. Obviously not close on the shot clock.
Hudson Jones defending, and that's a flag. 8 seconds on the game clock for the Highlanders. It's like they're going to be content with just running this quarter out, as that is the end of the third quarter, as the Highland Park Scots down by 4 goals here in Shenandoah, Texas. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back for the beginning of the fourth quarter.
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. It's everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome. Stay focused and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
And we are here in Shenandoah, or the Woodlands, here on the sideline, and we saw the shot clock go out. And as soon as that happened, generally it goes to the table, as you guys were talking about up in the booth. But I mean, there was a ton of Woodlands parents marshaled into duty to get that thing straightened out. So obviously, they are cognizant of the shot clock, and they work with it in practice. And we've seen this on the college level. It's very advanced for high school, but they are very cognizant of that. They want to work slow and want to work fast. And like you guys have been talking, they've been working the clock all game long. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim, down there on the sideline, the eyes and ears of Game On Sports, letting us know, man, that the shot clock is gone. So that's going to be something that obviously both of these teams have to deal with, that they've eliminated the shot clock. So no team has an advantage now. Both of these guys have got to respond to the referees now that's going to be giving them the time.
Yeah, you know, you see it at the college level. You've seen it in NFL games and NBA games sometime, and, you know, certainly not immune to it at the high school level either. So we'll play on with shot clock time kept on the field.
Find themselves, boy, that's a shot that's going to ricochet off of a player and go to the end line. Ben Abel there to get the possession for the Scots, looking for the outlet passes, number 16. You see this no easy clears, boy. They are making sure to pressure all the way out.
They finally get an outlet over to Ben Boyer on the far side. And
possession will stay with the Scots. Parker Addison on the near side. Being defended by number 4, Elijah Porter for the Highlanders.
Yeah, I'd like to see Parker make a move here. Take an opportunity to get the Scots on the board and narrow this lead.
And you see the double team coming immediately on Parker Addison. We've seen a lot of that. I like the way you be kind of sliding fast, quickly, and just not allowing the extra pass from the Scots. I think that's been the difference. Who's played the better defense, and it's definitely been. This has got to be on the highlight reel. Hold on, twin. Number 12, Quinn Gordon. Wow. Hey, I'm trying to speak slow and deliberately, boy, but hey, number 12 did the work. What a shot by Quinn Gordon.
Yeah, I was really getting ready to say, I mean, they have 4 defenders for the Woodlands right inside that crease area where the goalie does not like a lot of traffic, which means the Highland Park attackmen and midfielders were in there too. Quinn Gordon able to circle around topside from about 12 o'clock, get a shot off. Goalie didn't see it.
Frank Musa on the attack again with the score. 10:30 here in the fourth. Scots are on the move.
And in a little bit of wind, we've lost a barrier net down there. Heckma, you may see broken glass at some point.
Man, they better hurry up and get over there. They better hurry up and get over there. These guys are attacking. And Parker Addison trying to get back topside. Finally, what a great pass, though. And that's what I'm looking for. Paxton Smith pulls it with 2 within 2.
I want you to look at the shadows, Heckma, on the field. And I said this about Ben Abel. I don't want to make excuses. He had the sun in his eyes in the third quarter. We've shifted the field now. And within a couple of minutes, we've put 2 in the board. Sun's directly in their goalie's eyes.
Definitely something to that. And, boy, I tell you what, now's the time, 10-11. Down by 2 scores are the Scots. And I love the energy that they have come out here with in the fourth.
You know, lacrosse is a game, you know, like basketball, you don't really have an advantage in one stadium going one end of the field on an indoor stadium. But lacrosse, man, it can really make a difference when you switch into the fields. Wind is not a big a factor in lacrosse as a game like football, but the sun definitely is.
And that's a shot attempt that goes across the cage. Possession will stay with the Scots. And Kay, you're right, man. One of the other things about this match that I've noticed is that these 2 teams match up very well. Their skill guys, I mean, their attackmen are both, they are just kind of cancel each other out. And it's just come down to grit here. And that's what it's going to be for the fourth quarter as well. And Zilke with the shot that goes over the top of the cage, again, stays with the Scots.
Yeah, Woodlands playing really tight D right now. I mean, they've got 3 poles within reaching distance of the crease. So inside the 20-yard line, inside of about a 10-yard by 10-yard box, they've got 3 poles in a shorty.
Scott setting up screens for each other, running through the screens, and that's a good save. Nothing to argue about there. That is a good save for number 18, Steele Kroon.
Yeah, good take by Colin Hill. I like seeing that shot. He just needs to stay aggressive here as the Scots pull within 2.
Highlanders with the possession. Again, loving not an easy ride. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession to the Scots.
Good pickoff. Pick the pocket. Donovan Riley with the good stick work on defense there.
How about that from Paxton Smith? The spin move, leaving guys in his wake is number 21.
Yeah, great job by Pax there. Really hustling, get across midfield and
showing some wheels.
Get another opportunity here. A lot of time left. Scott's down by 2.
Quinn Gordon, the guy with the last shot. He's going right back to it.
I'm not going to talk about the angle of the sun, but that.
You may have a point.
I mean,
right back.
If you had a sundial down on the field, where he shot that ball is directly into the goalie's eyes. The shadow, the sun, everything. Great move, great spin to get away, get that shot off. But man, they're really able to make hay. It makes me think much better of being able in that third quarter, because that's tough, that angle of the sun.
And maybe Mike Pressler has pointed that out to his group as well. And hey, guys, we get an opportunity here in the 4th.
And there's a coin flip at the beginning of the game, and really the only thing to decide on a coin flip in a lacrosse game is the end of the field. Kudos for however we got this end of the field in the fourth quarter, but it's working to our advantage at the moment.
Tough trying to get this possession for both of these teams. Boy, they are battling it out. And the pass to go, they've got a flag on the play. Don't know if this is maybe an offsides penalty.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going against Woodlands because you don't see a stoppage of play here. Scots are going to play on.
Colin Hale working the middle of the field with an outlet pass to Brian Rapp. Scots down by a score, 7:43 here in the 4th. They're going to have to battle back. Brian Rapp trying to get topside. The screen comes in. You see him come immediately. Boy, Rapp had him for a split second, and you know he knows it. He's looking there. He's like, man, I had him. He splits the defenders and gets the shot attempt. And as you stated, possession is going to go back to the Scots, now in a man-up situation.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here. Kudos to the seniors and the captains and Coach Pressler, obviously, of helping this team stay poised, keep their head in the game, and know that they've got a lot of time left to play, and they've been able to do it here in the 4th quarter, pulling in with 1, and they're knocking at the door.
You see now the Highlanders in their man-down defense. That's a shot attempt on goal from the outside. Staying aggressive are the Scots.
Yeah, that's one, like you said, took it off the chest protector there.
They're counting that time down. Scott staying aggressive. Boy, that's another shot attempt. They are wasting no time with the opportunity that they have. They know they got it, and they want to tie this up at 6:55 in the 4th.
They want to tie it up and watch these shots. Quinn Gordon's shot there coming from this side as well. I'm telling you, they're taking advantage of a goalie who's wounded in the sun, and they're shooting from the side where the angle is working to their benefit.
Not shooting from any other angle other than over here on the press box side. We are all knotted up. In the middle, we're tied. Wesley Iverson knotting up, 6:32 in the 4th, and how about that, Highlanders?
Yeah, Wesley Iverson there, fantastic kind of 1-2 punch there, and beautiful shot. They're just going to continue to do that, and they're shooting. It's coming from about 10 to 15 yards out this side of midfield, or nearer the hash on the press box side here. That's the angle of the sun, as the sun is setting behind us. But, man, really great for the Scots to hang in there and continue to pound away at this.
And I don't know if you heard it. I hear a train horn going off as there's a railroad around here somewhere. So obviously everyone in this area are Highland Park Scots fans. And boy, 6:32 here in the fourth. As they take a break, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to have a cup of water, all right, as we'll come back with more Highland Park Lacrosse.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome, stay focused, and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Back in action here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. We're knotted up. Highland Park has had to battle back in this contest, Cade. There's been times where they seemed like they were dead in the water, and they have battled back to knot this thing up at 9.
Yeah, credit to the Scots, to the coaching staff, senior leadership. You know, it's just when you go through an entire season, you're going to have games like that. You're not going to blow everybody out every game. There's opponents that are as good as you or better than you. You're going to have to play from behind sometimes. The Scots have done that today effectively.
Frank Musa with the win at the X. On the attack, and Gordon does it again! No, that's Wesley Iverson. Get it done!
Yeah, Wesley Iverson with the last two, fantastic. I tell you what, Frank Musa, when he gets that ball sometimes, it's like someone left a screen door open and a squirrel's running through the house and no one can catch him. He ran down the far sideline, back nearly through X, and hooked up with Wesley Iverson for the assist. But beautiful play there, and Scots, all the momentum is with the Scots right now.
Oh, if this was a heavyweight contest, as I said at the beginning, we are in the championship rounds, and both of these teams are just firing off shots, man. And this is, boy, you talk about high-level lacrosse at its finest right now.
Yeah, Scott's Frank there, a little quick on the jump, so they'll get a illegal procedure there, and Woodlands gets the clean break. But like I was talking about, what Woodlands wanted to do early was reduce the number of face-offs. And here in the fourth quarter, we've had a number of face-offs with the Scots catching up. Musa won every one before that false start, so that's going in the Highland Park Scots' favor at this point.
Number one for the Highlanders, trying to get in the middle, and that's a penalty. They're going to call that on the Scots.
You know what, Heckman, I'll take that, as opposed to letting the guy weave through there and just take whatever shot he wanted. Both Scots defenders took him to the ground that time, and you need to send that message. You're not going to come inside.
And trying to be patient on offense are the Highlanders. We've seen them plenty of times work that game, that shot clock down. See who's going to serve the penalty. I guess it's going to be a push.
Yeah, finally that ball goes out of bounds, and yeah, the tripping was the call there. So
okay, tripping penalty called on the field, and possession stays with the Highlanders.
Scott's man down defense gives a chance to really gut it up here and try to get that ball back and push things back towards the Highland Park into the field again. I'm going to talk about it. We need an insurance goal here, Heckman.
Here they go. That crease. Woodlands being content with trying to find the extra pass. They do it. They're in tight, but great defense by the Sky. On the clock, Nathan Harper trying to advance, and that's going to be a turnover. And the Highlanders have numbers, and the bouncer goes over the top of the cage.
Yeah, earlier on that shot, Ben Abel had a good save. Henry Richter really broke in there and was able to get that ground ball. They tried to advance enough, got picked off, and then bounce shot just goes high out of bounds, and Ben Abel hustles it up. Scots get possession, and here we are back down on the Highland.
Double team coming. They are running after these Scots. Boy, they are running after these guys, and they are forcing a turnover. 4 minutes here in the fourth. It was a timeout call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing. Timeout called there before that pass was made, I believe.
Okay, so possession will stay with the Scots. As they take the timeout, we're going to stay here. Okay, good deal. Producer Gabe behind us letting us know, don't you swing it to break. We got a lot of action going on here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. While we're here, can we talk to Jim down on the sideline? I'm sure Jim has a lot to say about what's going on. Jim, talk to me.
Heckman, I got to tell you, Coach Pressler's like he's offensive, defensive player of the game. He won the coin flip, and he calls the timeout right before that thing goes out. That guy is on his game. And these guys, I mean, what you're seeing here, I'm gonna move this way. I'm gonna get Chris to shoot right into the shadow. Can you shoot above my head? This is what that goalie's looking at. And that's what Highland Park is taking advantage of. And that's what was a disadvantage in the third period. And again, all credit to coaching. Back to you guys.
All credit to coaching, as Jim is pointing out, and that's great observation, Cade. You saw that before. As you saw it, you said, look, hey, I'm not going to give Ben Abel, I'm not trying to make any excuses for Ben Abel, but if you look at these shadows that's coming on this field, you can tell where the sun is, and it's definitely impacting the goalies on this end.
Well, we talked to Ben Abel yesterday, one of the players of the game on that Memorial game. He would never blame anything on the sun, but I wanted to see how the sun affected the Woodlands goalkeeper when the quarter changed, and boy, has the ship righted. That can just really shows you what those goalies have to deal with. Ben Abel dealt with it in the third quarter. The Woodlands goalkeeper doing it here, and Scott's able to take advantage of it. Here we need that insurance goal, Heckma.
3:57 here in the fourth. Working from behind the X's, Brian Rapp, he's scored some quality goal. Working back behind the X, setting up their offense. As you see these guys maneuvering around the crease, looking for a quick pass, and we're seeing right now Harris Sands standing in that crease area. He's got two Woodlands players standing around him as well. That's a shot attempt on goal. Finally, they get that net raised on that side. They better protect that glass because he's got a bunch of shots coming their way. Working back inside. Numbers! That's what I'm talking about. That's your insurance goal right there, Cade.
That's what we wanted. They work it around. They stayed patient and able to get that shot off, and that's going to put it a little bit further out of reach. We still need Frank to come out here and do his thing, and Musa is probably ready to do that. That's why he's the captain. And let's put it a little bit further out of reach here, as there's still about 3 minutes on the board with Scots up by 2.
Harris Sands standing around the crease for the score. The Scots have pulled ahead by 2. They haven't been ahead by 2 since the beginning, since the first quarter. I tell you what, Frank Moose has made the difference with getting those possessions. Obviously, some penalties here and there, but at the X. But Frank Moose is really in this second half stealing these possessions. Definitely needed for the Scots. Getting it back down to number 15, Wesley Iverson. Iverson with 3 minutes in the fourth.
Yeah, he did a good job today. Captain Wesley Iverson.
Iverson dancing out of traffic, getting the ball back up top. Quinn Gordon. Keep this to possession. Wish we had a shot clock, but we don't. None of us do. So all of the shot clock being yelled out on the field to the players. Getting back inside, and that's a shot attempt. Quinn Gordon standing at the end line. Possession is going to stay with the Scots.
Yeah, Parker Addison, aggressive inside, goes to the doorstep of the crease and gets a shot off.
And that's another one of those passes in traffic. Quinn Gordon, 2:15 in the fourth. The Woodlands on the move. They have numbers. We've seen them try to get in close as they do. That's a shot attempt that rolled over the top of the cage.
Yeah, Benton Owens right on top of him as that Woodlands midfielder is able to get a shot off. Good job by Owens to put pressure on him.
Henry Richter with the pass to the middle of the field. Gets it out to Paxton Smith. 1:55 here in the fourth. Highland Park up by 2 scores. Brian Rapp recognizing time is the advantage is to the Scots. So he has a short pole on him.
Yeah, under 90 seconds here. Scots are going to try to spin as much as they can. Don't have the pressure of the shot clock. Ref making no indication that they're within 15 seconds. So they'll keep spinning it.
Paxton Smith. It's the pass back to Zilke. Working it back up top, Colin Hale. Like you said, they under a minute, 59 seconds in the fourth. How about that for some feet from Colin Hale? Avoiding. Now we got a triple team happening here.
Yeah, and Scott's there. Looks like they're just content to take the shot clock violation, I believe is what happened. No, there's a flag down there.
Yeah, flag down. But possession stays with the Scots, so it's going to go against the Highlanders.
Yeah, got a pole. Just got a little bit overly aggressive there in that rush to try to get a turnover down there. Highland Park, good job maintaining their poise and keeping possession as we head into this last 43 seconds.
Man, they have had to battle back in this contest. Cade, you've got to be proud of the way that they fought through this, because I'm telling you, it seems like moments where it just seemed like the Woodlands had them.
Yeah, for sure. Down by 3 goals. You know, it was looking pretty bleak in the third quarter there. And, didn't want to give any credit to the Sunshine.
No, you called it perfectly, though. That's exactly what it was, and you saw them taking advantage of it as well. Maybe, do you think schematically that was the strategy? You talk about the coin flip and knowing which way they were going to be going on the field. Man, that was a great decision to know that they would be going this way in the fourth.
Yeah, Jim pointed that out. Great move. Coach Press is a veteran coach. He's played at the college level a long time and knows that 11th player on the field can be the Suns sometimes.
Ball's going to roll out of bounds, and that 1 second left as Highland Park pulls ahead in a battle between the Highlanders from the Woodlands. Boy, the Scots you talk about the narrative that could be written on this game. Boy, this is like the game of life. You find yourself down, you just keep battling back, and that's exactly what they did. They battled this entire game.
Really proud of these boys, the way they played today. I was prepared to lick my wounds and drive the 3.5 hours back up 45 and just know, hey, our boys had 2 games in 24 hours. It was tough. It was hot. They've had good opponents so far, but they never gave up. The announcer may have given up, but they didn't give up, and they were able to
stick to the game plan. Frank Musa dominating. Then you had guys like Wesley Iverson as the captain, really doing a great job. Donovan Riley dominating on the defensive end of the ball, and just stick to the plan. And as the quarters change, as the sun changes, the mad scientist that he is, you see Coach Pressler things start to go your way.
Man, that was just wonderful. I mean, just wonderful, and can't say enough about the job that Donovan Riley did there in the second half. Man, they had plenty of man-down situations where they had to battle on defense. We saw that first half where the Highlanders were just taking advantage of every opportunity that the Scots were giving them. And in those situations where they had to go to a zone, really protect, Ben Abel, they did a heck of a job of doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And then Musa, like I said, and I said this early in the half, I want to reiterate it again. The Woodlands game was to keep the opportunities for Frank Musa to have a face-off win to a minimum. They did that effectively in the first half. But as the score started to open up a little bit in the third quarter, you start to get more opportunities. We changed into the fields. Musa has 4 or 5 face-off wins in a row. And, you see that momentum shift, and hats off to him.
The ground ball war being one of those things that we've got an opportunity to see this team battle through the ground balls. They did exactly that. Forced turnovers as well in that second half, the way that they just bared down the hatches and made sure that they did not give any quarter to the Highlanders. And just the battle itself, that is what I am so impressed with. Players of the game for Highland Park is going to be Donovan Riley and number 15, Wesley Iverson. And as the players huddle up over there, we're trying to make sure that we get those players so that JD can talk to them.
Yeah, Wesley Iverson, a senior captain, he really did a good job leading. Had a few goals in that fourth quarter. And, that's you want to see that from your senior captains, especially to say, hey, we're still in this. Let's stick together and keep fighting. And they were able to do that.
Yeah, that's just really just awesome, Kate. I'm looking at this game and I'm saying to myself, there were moments, especially in that second quarter, with the way that the Highlanders were attacking. The sun coming up, and that probably was the biggest part of this. Both teams having to deal with it at different times. And here we are, Jim Dixon down on the sideline with Coach Pressler.
Coach Pressler, if you could just eliminate third quarters, I think you'd be set. But that was just an outstanding way to close this thing out. How do you feel about it?
It was a big-time gut check for our guys. We were down 5 on the road, and we're playing well on offense, getting some stops on defense, and we started to play a little bit more disciplined as I appealed to them. And we had some big-time plays by some seniors. Wesley Iverson, a couple goals there. Harris Sands, great lefty goal. Quinn Gordon. So our leadership stepped up, and Frank Musa dominated the X. Ben Abel was great in the goal, and just a heck of a win on the road here at the Woodlands. Arguably, without question, the best team we faced this year.
Now, Coach, I wouldn't say it, but the guys up in the booth, are saying, but they were accusing you of a little bit of gamesmanship on the coin flip. Did that play into your decision on going into the second half with the goalie position?
No. I'm not taking any credit for that. So tell the guys up there, no magic wand here. It was what it was.
He claims innocence. So as far as the weekend on a whole, you guys had a great time to get together, 2 great wins. I mean, is this what you were expecting?
I'm not saying I was expecting this. I was hoping for this, but it was a big-time gut check. I mean, 2 weekend trips here to Houston in the last 3 weeks, and to go into spring break 5-0 and figure this out. Come from behind yesterday on the road, come from a big time behind today. Credit to our guys for staying the course. No panic. We chipped away and finished the game very, very strong.
Well, thank you, Coach. Congratulations. Now I'm going to get Donovan Riley in here. Donovan, you guys played, particularly in the fourth quarter. You just shut it down defensively. What was your game plan, and especially coming off a little flat in the third? What was the game plan?
Our game plan really was just communicate as much as we can, because we know that they had 2 lefty shooters and they were trying to get it to that side. So just playing under and guarding them and not letting them get shots, that was our main game plan, and we ended up doing that and then coming back.
So it was a physical contest from the get-go. You guys kind of held out. Did conditioning play in? Was it just gut check? Was it what was it that came out?
A lot of it was definitely conditioning and not losing the battle to fatigue.
Oh, yeah,
I think that was a big part of it. The Woodlands, they were getting tired, but we kept it up. We kept moving our feet on defense and staying with our guys, and I think that's what helped us the most.
Well, you guys had a great day, a great weekend, and again, just defense wins the day, and you guys held up. Thank you for your time. And I got Wesley Iverson. Wesley, man, I know it's just you and me, but did you guys sneak out and go check out the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo? Because you guys cowboyed up.
Yes, sir, we did. It was a lot of transition goals there at the end, and that connection I have with Frank Moose after playing with him for so many years. And he won that face, being able to see me on that backside for that goal in transition to go up one.
So the transition, that seemed to be shut down in the first half. What changed that from the first to the second?
Mainly and just energy in the game. We really stepped up and coming into the fourth quarter, almost count 4, I think, and really need to get going.
Yeah, so you had, what did you have on the day? 3 goals on the day? Do you even know? You had 2 on the day. I didn't mean to cheat you. So you had, of the 2 goals on the game, I just saw a lot of presence on the offensive zone. When did you kind of decide that opportunity was going to open up?
As soon as I heard them say lock 12, then they shut Quinn Gordon off, and I knew that the inside crease would be a lot more open. So then when we had our Amtrak round, and me and Paxton made that eye contact, he threw it, got my head around, found the white net.
Awesome. Chemistry abound, and it went well. But congratulations on a great game. Way to close this thing out in the fourth. Great game. Thank you. That's all I got from down here. These guys are happy, and we are headed back to Dallas. Back to you guys.
Thank you, JD. I tell you what, that is classic sideline material right there from Jim Dixon. Okay?
I don't know if he wrote that in the downtime down there, or that's just off the cuff.
That's off the
cowboy
cuff.
Up. I like it.
He said, "Did you guys go to the shock show last night? Because you cowboyed up." Man, what a great contest today for Highland Park, and they pulled it out by 2 scores. Highland Park 11, the Woodlands 9, and I'll give you the last word, partner.
No, I'm really proud of these boys, the way they dug deep, and just, like Coach said, he said it best, as he often does. Gut check time for them. 2 games in 24 hours, 2 road trips down to Houston in 3 weeks. They did a great job, hung in there, good leadership by the seniors and by the captains. And I'm going to take a 3-hour drive a lot happier than I would have after that third quarter.
Absolutely, man. And for all of us, and I'm sure you probably did, there were points in this game where you probably didn't think that ride was going to be as happy as it is, but it is. So for everybody tuned in from the Park Cities, we pulled it out down here in South Texas for Gabe on sound, for Trevor holding it down for 2 streams, and also Fred Gardner, the captain in the back. I'm Heckman Harrison. He's Cade Hamner. Thank you guys for tuning in for another Highland Park lacrosse match. We'll be back with more Highland Park Lax. God bless you all, and we'll see you soon.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome. Stay focused and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.